What's up, guys? My name is TechnoTuner, and today I'm bringing to you my Cool Tune Genesys deck profile. This deck has a lot of capability of basically utilizing a lot of tuners to go into a lot of free synchro plays, but also offers up a lot of cool, interesting ways to actually play the deck, while also offering a lot of capability to set up a lot of protection through hand traps and other interactions. This deck is very interactive, allows you to synchro during your opponent's turn, but it also offers a lot for the synchro lovers out there. This deck, while you're always wondering what to do with all these tuners because if you see too many tuners, you can't really go into much, well, this deck loves it when you see tuners. You can also be tuner locked if you don't pay attention. But, like I was saying, this deck has a lot of fun capability. It's also fully capable of being modified for a more competitive version as well. But I want to at least bring to you guys today my Genesys build for this, as this deck is a lot of fun to play. But anyways, let's hop right on into it, and I'll show you a little bit more about what this deck is all about and explain what each card does. So, let's hop right on in. Alright guys, let's hop right on into our main deck. So, first up, for the Cool Tunes, we are playing 3 Cool Tune Clip. This card's really cool. It allows you to synchro on your opponent's turn. If this card on the field would be used as synchro material, one tuner in hand can be used as one of the other materials. You can only use each of the following effects of Cool Tune Clip once per turn. During your opponent's main phase, if this card is in your hand, quick effect, you can special summon this card, then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon one tuner synchro monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can banish face up one random face down card from your opponent's extra deck. So basically, giving you access to rip a random card out of your opponent's extra deck can help out a lot, but also being able to just on turn 0 effectively just synchro and set up some kind of interaction with your opponent can help out greatly. So, since we're running 3 clip, what else are we really running? Well, we're running 3 Cool Tune Mix. If this card on the field would be used as synchro material, one tuner in your hand can be used as one of the other materials. You can only use each of the following effects of Cool Tune Mix once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Cool Tune monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except a level 2 monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can target one monster opponent controls and destroy it. So this basically lets us get to our level 3 tuners for Cool Tunes, but also gives us access in popping one monster our opponent controls as well. So this can help out greatly. Then of course we're playing the 3 Cool Tune Rico. If this card on the field would be used as synchro material, one tuner in your hand can be used as one of the other materials. You can only use each of the following effects of Cool Tune Rico once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Cool Tune monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except a level 3 monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can target one spell or trap your opponent controls and destroy it. So outside of getting a spell and trap pop, you're also being able to search a Cool Tune monster that's a level 2, so you can search up either Mix or Clip to further your plays, especially set some hindrances during your opponent's turn as well. Then finally, our final Cool Tune monster that we play in the deck is 3 Cool Tune Q. If this card on the field would be used as synchro material, one tuner in your hand can be used as one of the other materials. You can only use each of the following effects of Cool Tune Q once per turn. If this card is normal summon, you can special summon one tuner from your hand, deck, or graveyard except Cool Tune Q. Also for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon except tuners. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can excavate the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck, banish one of them, and place the other on top or bottom of the deck. So this can help you out greatly because it gets a tuner, any tuner, from your deck, hand, or graveyard onto the board that you really want to special summon with and be able to really synchro and interact with. The other thing is that it also gives you some deck knowledge as well, because you get to look at the top 2 cards of your opponent. If you see a card that you don't want them to have, you can basically banish that or place it on the bottom so they have a harder time finding it. The other thing is, the only downside to this is that Cool Tune Q does lock you into specifically just tuners for the rest of the turn, so that can hurt your plays as well. Now, as for the one card that is not a hand trap or have anything associated with hand traps, for the deck, we're playing 1 Red Nova. If a level 8 or higher dragon type synchro monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Red Nova once per turn this way. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro for a synchro summon that uses 2 or more tuners as material, you can special summon 1 fire fiend type monster from your deck in defense position. So this can help you get out your Rico just by setting it off with Cool Tune, either Q, Mix, Clip, however you see really fit to fit into your plays. So this can help out greatly just to get you into further extension. Now, that's all the real monsters that I'm playing outside of hand traps. And for those hand traps, we're playing a lot. We're playing 3 DD Crow for some banishing in case we need to get rid of stuff in the graveyard from our opponent. 3 Mulcharmy Fualos. I know a lot of people are like, well, why are you running this? This is because it does need a little bit of card draw so you can keep up those interactions and look for outs for different things. Then, of course, I'm next playing 3 Effect Veiler, 2 Ghost Ogre, and 2 Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill. Now, I know a lot of people haven't seen this card, especially in my deck profile, so I want to go over it a little bit. If your opponent special summons a monster face up, except during the damage step, you can discard this card, then target one of those face up monsters, negates effects until the end of this turn. Also, if that face up monster leaves the field, this turn its controller takes a damage equal to its original attack. You can only use this effect of Ghost Mourner or Moonlit Chill once per turn. So given that you're really getting a free negate, you can also synchro during your opponent's turn if you have Clip on board. You have a lot of capabilities and access to really get rid of that monster and do some burn damage as well, while also hindering their plays. And for our final 3 cards for the hand traps, we're playing 2 Psy-Frame Gear Delta and 1 Psy-Frame Driver. Driver is basically our brick for the deck, but Delta is the main thing that we're utilizing if we control no cards. We can special summon this card from our hand and 1 Psy-Frame Driver from our hand, deck, or graveyard, and negate the activation, destroy that spell. So that helps out greatly as well. So you can't control any monsters, So if you control no monsters, you can activate it. So you can still have spells and traps on the board as well, which can further help your plays. But that's basically all the monsters that I'm really running in the main deck. So let's go ahead and look into the actual spells for the deck, so you guys have an idea. Whoop, almost got that knocked over. So you guys have an idea of what you can run for some spells in this deck. For the spells, of course, we're playing 3 Cool Tune Synchro. Add 1 Cool Tune card from your deck to your hand, except Cool Tune Synchro. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon 1 Tuner Synchro monster. You cannot special summon for the rest of this turn after this card resolves except tuners. You can activate up to 2 Cool Tune Synchro per turn. So this is basically a roto for a Cool Tune monster, but it also gives you an option to quick effect synchro as well once you're done. So this helps out a lot. The other thing is, if you activate during your opponent's turn, it gets you a material so you can synchro up into another Cool Tune monster if you want to as well, which will allow you to trigger another effect, which can help out greatly. Then, of course, we're playing 3 JJ Cool Tune. You can normal summon 1 tuner during your main phase each turn in addition to your normal summoner set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. Each Cool Tune Loudness War you control gains 3,300 attack while your opponent has a tuner in their field or graveyard. You contribute 1 tuner, add to your hand, or special summon 1 Cool Tune monster from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except tuners. You can only use this effect of JJ Cool Tune once per turn. So outside of giving you an additional normal summon, it also gives you the access of making your Cool Tune Loudness War a 3,300 attacker. Also, it does give you the option to tribute a tuner and add to your hand or special summon a Cool Tune monster from your deck. Even though it does lock you into anything but tuners, it can still help you with further plays. Then our final spell that we're playing are 3 Synchro Overtake. You reveal 1 Synchro monster in your extra deck, choose one of the Synchro materials whose name is listed on that card, and add to your hand or special summon that monster from your deck or graveyard. Also, you cannot special summon special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this card except Synchro monsters. You can only activate 1 Synchro Overtake per turn. So this does help out a lot because we do have Mix and Rico, which are clarified on some of the extra deck monsters to where we can special summon them from deck, get a search, and be able to add a Cool Tune card back to our hand, which can further our plays. Now, as for the traps, you guys are going to be like, well, why are you playing these? Well, I'm playing these because they are pretty fun to utilize. I'm playing 1 Cool Tune playlist and 1 Manadium Reframing. Cool Tune playlist, target 1 Cool Tune monster in your field or graveyard. Apply these effects in sequence. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon except tuners. Apply that target's effect that activates When it is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, return that target to the hand. You can activate up to 2 Cool Tune playlists per turn. So basically, you can target a monster on the field or in the graveyard, and when it's sent to the graveyard for a synchro material, you can use its effects, so such as popping a spell, bouncing a card, banishing one from your opponent's extra deck, banishing one from your opponent's top of deck, and placing the next card or one of the 2 cards on top or bottom. You have a lot of capabilities there. Manadium or framing. When a spell or trap or monster effect is activated while you control a synchro monster, negate the activation, and then if you have Visa Starfrost or a monster with 1500 attack or 2100 and 2100 defense on your field or in your graveyard, you can destroy that negated card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target up to 3 Manadium monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck. You can only use each effect of Manadium or framing once per turn. So this is just basically an Omni-Negate counter trap, which can further help our plays as we need to. The one thing I will state that you can swap these 2 out for, you can swap them out for 2 Gravity Collapse as well. Since you are playing Synchro Monsters, Gravity Collapse basically is you tribute your Synchro Monster, you negate a summon of your opponent's monster, and then they can't summon for the rest of the turn. So it is kind of a semi-lockout. You can also replace these with Synchro Realms. If I'm remembering the card, basically it makes it to where any monster that can attack has to be Synchro Monsters. So you can only attack with Synchro Monsters. It's a continuous trap, and it can hurt your opponents a lot as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop right on in to our extra deck, and I can show a little bit more on what we're playing there. So for our extra deck, we're going to go ahead and be playing 3 Cool Tune Trackmaker. It requires 1 Cool Tune tuner and 1 or more tuners. If this card on the field would be used as synchro material, 1 tuner in hand can be used as one of the other materials. You can only use each of the following effects of Cool Tune Trackmaker once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Cool Tune card from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can return 1 card your opponent controls to the hand. So this basically outs any problematic card that can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, but also giving you a free access bounce. Next up, we're playing 3 Cool Tune RS. Requires a Cool Tune Rico and 1 or more tuners. Gains 300 attack for each tuner in the graveyards. The levels of monsters your opponent controls with 1700 or less attack are increased by 1. During the main phase quick effect, you can banish 1 tuner from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up card your opponent controls, negates effects until the end of this turn. You can only use this effect of Cool Tune RS once per turn. So, it does help out a lot by giving you a quick effect negate, but it's also going to screw over monsters that are level not level 7 or anything, but that have attack that's 1700 or less, because it does increase their level, so that can screw over a lot of Xyz decks that require their monsters to be smaller, but require their levels to be a certain level. So that can hurt them a lot as well. Next up, we're playing 3 Cool Tune Remix. Cool Tune Mix plus 1 or more tuners. Gains 1500 attack while your opponent has a tuner in their field or graveyard. During your opponent's turn, quick effect. You can tribute this card, choose 2 non-synchro tuners in your graveyard, add 1 of them to your hand. If you do, special summon the other. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon 1 tuner synchro monster. You can only use this effect of Cool Tune Remix once per turn. So you don't actually have to activate Cool Tune Remix effect, because you can go through, do Cool Tune Remix, summon out Rico or another Cool Tunes tuner, and add a hand trap back. Depending on the Cool Tune that you summon off of this effect, you can potentially get a search for Clip or something, and then be able to either synchro during your next turn, or if you have an activate Clip, you can summon Clip and then synchro with those 2 on board into something else that can set up a little bit of interaction or interruption, such as RS or another thing. So, giving you a little free play there, but also giving you a hand trap back, which can help out a lot as long as it's a tuner. Then, of course, we're playing the 3 Cool Tune Loudness War. Other tuners you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target them with card effects. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can banish 1 Cool Tune monster from your graveyard, apply that banished monster's effect that activates when it is sent to the graveyard as synchro material. You can only use this effect of Cool Tune Loudness War once per turn. So this helps out greatly because it does give us a lot of capability to protect our monsters, but it's also a 3000 body if we need to summon in defense. It also gives us an extra access for another effect if we want to go ahead and activate that as well. So for example, if you want to go ahead and activate Track Maker effect again during the phase, you can banish it and that turns Loudness Wars effect into that. So you get another bounce, which can help out greatly. Next up, we are playing some optional cards, I will say. You can supplement these however you see fit. But I am playing the one Silvera Wolf Tamer of the White Forest because this is basically a Book of Moon. You can use this for a level 2, you can use a level 2 tuner and a Mulcharmy to basically make this if you can't utilize your Mulcharmies, which can help out greatly. But also, if this card is special summon, you can change all face-up monsters your opponent controls to face-down defense position. Illusion and Spellcaster Synchro monsters you control gain 500 attack. Also, if they attack a defense position monster, inflict double piercing battle damage to your opponent. So you get double piercing plus an additional 500. It helps out a lot. So 2400 into something. If it's got 0 defense, that's at least 4800 damage. That can help out a lot with that. Next up, we're playing one Genesys Armatara. One or more tuners plus one light monster. So we can use Silvera as that light monster if we really need to go into this person, or into Genesys. This card's name becomes Genesys Starfrost while on the field. You can only use each of the following effects of Genesys Armatara once per turn. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can add one spell or trap that mentions Genesys Starfrost from your deck to your hand. During your main phase, you can destroy one monster you control. All Synchro monsters you control will gain 800 attack this turn. So it helps out greatly for getting an extra attack boost in, but this also allows us to search our Omni Negate, the Vanadium Reframing, which can help further plays. It's also a tuner, so we can still summon it under that tuner lock. Then finally we have Vanadium Prime Heart. While this card is not a tuner, we can summon it during our next turn as a way to really go through and get some extra battle damage in. It requires one or more tuners plus one light monster. This card can attack a number of times each battle phase, up to the number of tuners used for its Synchro Summon. If this card was Synchro Summon using a Vanadium tuner as material, your opponent cannot target it with effects. If this card is this face-up Synchro Summon card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon one of your monsters with 1500 attack and 2100 defense, or your Genesys Starfrost that is banished or in your graveyard. So, even though you won't be able to get anything off that final effect, you can still get multiple attacks in with this thing. And if you use Genesys Armatara instead to get like 1 or 2 additional attacks, well, it'll be 1 if you're using Clip or something else. This basically becomes to where your opponent cannot target with card effects, so it can help out greatly there as well. But that's all that I have for the actual extra deck. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same?